Hello, my lovelies. Hello and welcome. Happy to be here with you. Thank you for being here with me. Tonight, I want to talk about who is God. And this is prompted by a conversation, a lesson that I had with my Sync Your Soul group last night, the first cohort to go through this new program. And I decided to help the students get in touch with who is God to them. What does higher power mean to you? Hey, Leah, good to see you. Craft an understanding of what a higher power is to you. And this lesson came to be because it wasn't until I aligned myself, connected myself with God, and built my faith muscles that shit started to fall into place for me, quite frankly. So, in case you don't know my story, I left my corporate gig several years ago, and that was a bumpy ride, an exciting ride, and I was grappled, I was gripped with fear until I aligned with God and my faith. And if you want to go back even further to that, to what started my whole journey, right, in 2010, I had a nervous breakdown, came apart at the seams, honestly thought I was losing my mind, and did to some degree, and found my way back to me through what I teach today, right? Meditation, prayer, release work. So, and again, it wasn't until I started to build that faith muscle and connect with God or a higher power that shit started to get real, right? And real in a good way, where I was able to start manifesting, my prayers are being answered. And, now I realize I had this realization over in December, over the solstice, that I am currently living the life I dreamed about 5 years ago, right? Like, how's that for a testimonial? So last night, was it last night? Yeah, last night I took my students through this lesson on what does a higher power mean to you. And I just want to give you the highlights so you can do it for yourself. And I want to share some quotes from some wisdom texts that are really important to me, that really help me on my journey. And the first one is from A Course in Miracles, metaphysical text, of which I am a student. And it's, if you knew who walked beside you on the path that you have chosen, fear would be impossible. Because fear has been the consciousness that has been my challenge in all my life and still challenges me today, but not as much as it used to. So, and that miracles are natural. And when miracles are not happening, something has gone very, very wrong. And that the presence of fear is a sure sign that you're relying on your own strength, right? Friends, we do not need to rely on our own strength. We have the powers that be, God, source energy, the universe, prime creator, Yeshua, whatever words you like, I like all the words, um, is readily available to us today. And that Course in Miracles quote, I was looking at it today as I was thinking about what we were going to talk about tonight. And I want to change a word, right? So like it says, right, the text says, if you knew who walks beside you on the path you have chosen, fear would be impossible. And I would say, I would change that to, if you knew who walks inside you, right? Because I believe that we are extensions of God, that God incarnated in us so he or she or it could experience itself, similar to what Rumi says in one of his poems. So, and that's my belief. What's your belief? I inspire you. I hope to inspire you to come up with your own belief, right? So, and I'm talking, when I talk about God, I'm not talking about religion, right? Religion is one of those paradigms that is crumbling and that is actually created to disempower us, and actually disconnect us, keep us from God, right? So hear this, my friends. This is what I want you to hear. from tonight or on this video whenever you're watching it, okay? You do not need a go-between between you and God, source, creator, the universe, whatever you believe in. You have direct access to God, okay? And you do that, you cultivate that access and that connection through prayer, meditation, and release work, okay? So I know people have a lot of stuff around the word prayer, again, because they connect it to religion. Again, I'm not talking about religion. That's a paradigm that is going to crumble like all the others that have been created to keep us down: healthcare, education, government. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, religion is right there with it. You do not need a go between you and God. So prayer. I love what Wayne Dyer used to say, which is that if the only prayer you ever say is thank you, it's enough. And it is. It's enough. So just start with thank you or please help me. I love thank you. Okay. Meditation. So, me- prayer is when you talk to God. Meditation is when you listen. If you can only do one, if you only have time for one, I invite you to meditate, right? Because what God has to say to us, in my opinion, is way more important than anything that we've got to say to him, her, or it. So, and meditation, right, particularly a silent mantra-based meditation, is badass. So, and I've put a link to my free meditation starter kit in the post somewhere, so you can download that and you can start meditating today in a few minutes. So, and then there's release work. So, release work is how we clear out our emotional baggage, the residual trauma from our traumas, from pent up emotions that we haven't processed. And I'll talk more about that in another post. And you get that in my Sink Your Soul or Breakthrough programs, right? Which I'll be talking more about those in the future as well. But right now, I just want to encourage you to pray, to connect with God. Pray, even if it's just thank you, and it's enough. And meditate. And my meditation starter kit in the post somewhere can help you with that. So let me see if there was anything else I wanted to share with you. I think that's it for now. I hope this serves you. I look forward to seeing you again next time. And until then, I'll see you in the gap, which I talk about in the meditation starter kit. I love you. Mwah.